Hey guys, this is Tom. How y'all doing? What's up, Eric? What's up, Frank Furco? What's up, Kennedy? What's up, Stefano? How y'all doing this morning? I just wanted to talk about the Constitution. I've been really hard on it. I've been sort of a dickhead. I just really wanted to specify how I feel about it. It's an historically progressive document. It's one of the first written documents that enshrines certain limited powers for government, which was an advancement over more autocratic form of governments at the time. It made, ex post facto laws obsolete. It, did fantastic things. Um, but really, when you look at it, when you look at the Bill of Rights, when you look at the context of that time, when you look at the motivations of the delegates who ratified it, when you look at all these different factors, um, it's not necessarily a portrait of a bunch of evil men or plotters sitting around and making a document that would benefit them the most. It's just an objective evaluation of, you know, where these men stood. And really, the 18th century was a time of great social disturbance, food riots, um, violence, rebellion. They all really feared, as men with moneyed interests, the masses. They really feared the people. And I think this is evident in the fact that, despite the fact that, Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution said, you know, no one in the government, no, there will be no nobility established by the United States. 21 of the 50 something delegates, according to Patrick McHenry of Maryland, uh, wanted to have some sort of monarchy. And it was Madison in the Federalist Papers who basically made the case for a Republican form of government. And what I like about Madison is he really unabashedly, he came out and was really quite honest. And he basically said republicanism is the way to go. This is the way that we can look like we have um, some sort of democratic form without actually having democratic content. Uh, he really made the case for how having a Republican form of government will fragment popular power. It will slow down uh, the input of the people and so on. And another thing is when you look at what certain parts of the Constitution, the certain articles and whatnot, what they have enshrined, uh, they did want to create a document that will be able to apply for decades, but they also wanted to create something that would represent their interests. And of course, I've brought this up on the group before. A lot of them owned Confederation era bonds, and they were useless. They printed a lot of these so they could afford paying off a lot of veterans of the Revolutionary War who were hungry, angry, cold, and they needed it. Uh, the problem is they were holding worthless pieces of paper, and I don't have the Constitution in front of me right now, but by having an article saying that they have the national power to tax, they're basically able to introduce the first bailout ever. They built up the public treasury enough to basically let everybody who held these bonds off. Another thing is, look at Washington. Washington and others were a part of a landholding company that speculated in thousands and thousands of acres of land that they lost because of the Proclamation Line, 1763. And he wasn't the only founding father who held land claims west of that line. That was another major motivation because not only was their investment in bonds at risk, but their investment in territory west of the line was at risk. I mean, there are so many reasons to say these guys were looking out for themselves. And I mean, I think that when you divorce that context, when you divorce who they really were from it, and you just paint rosebuds and beautiful, the founding fathers, oh, they're great. You're really forgetting the fact that they probably wouldn't give a shit about you. If Frank didn't have, if his last name wasn't Stefano, if he was, maybe a Smith, or some sort of Anglo-Saxon name, and he lived in maybe Annapolis, Maryland in the colonial age, and he was a craftsman and he didn't own any property, he wouldn't be able to vote. He wouldn't be able to participate in elections in even the lower houses. uh, that it's just people are really ignorant of how they really thought about people. And it was George Washington himself who said, after the Bill of Rights wasn't ratified more than 3 times, he said in the final vote, let's not just produce a document like this just to appease the people. He he said that. You know, um, but what are you gonna do? You can either romanticize it or you can look at it what it is. I'll make more videos. I'm just kind of tired right now, and I wanted to kind of introduce this medium because maybe people also have webcams built into their laptops and they can make a response to my video. I think it'd be more interesting to have a more personalized kind of discussion between us because Adam, yeah, I'm looking at you, buddy. People have always made fun of me, and Sean Dunn. People have made fun of me, claiming, I copy and paste everything. I have books, all around me right now. Got my homebrewing Bible right here. I reach from a lot of the material around me, and I can type fast. And because I have all this material around me, I have a whole huge bookcase over there. I got a lot of books all around here, and you know, uh, I have a wide range of material to grab onto and to dip into, as I'm sure a lot of other of you also do. So I mean, let's bring this dialogue outside of, you know, a bunch of chat boxes on Facebook. Let's make this more personal. All right, well, I guess that's it. I'll probably make another video. I'm reading Charles Beard's book, An Economic Interpretation of the Constitution, and I'm also reading Michael Parenti. And Michael Parenti heavily cites Beard. He heavily cites a lot of historians, but he also looks at primary sources too, like Madison's Federalist Papers, like a lot of the correspondence between all the delegates. Um, just like a lot, he cites a lot of what's going on at the time from the people who wrote it themselves. So, I mean, I am not reading communist propaganda. I'm reading things that I'm seeing in front of me. But anyway, I gotta go. Bye.